It didn't give me any error this time.
Let me start refreshing these guys. So it looks like we're back.
We're back.
Or maybe not.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we're back on Twitch.
Back on Twitch, okay.
Check YouTube real quick. Oh, we're on YouTube now. So that worked.
We did it.
Whatever happened.
Hello.
Worked.
Hello, YouTube. Hello.
What's up, y'all?
Twitch and YouTube. Belarus56. Hello. Welcome to the stream.
I'm back.
On this fine Wednesday morning. I have to text my mechanic really quick. Because he's going to be here immediately after this stream. But I will be in a meeting, so I have to let him know the keys are in the mailbox. Haniliko. Is it Haniliko? Am I pronouncing that correct? Hello. Or tell me localizations, please. Miss Priestess Flops, hello.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Honey vibes. With the
Honey
Alex
vibes. What's honey vibes?
I'm unfamiliar with honey vibes. I know Diabolic Lovers.
The Alex, hello.
Not honey vibes.
2 nickels,
Cool.
brawler. It's happened twice. Okay, let me message this person.
Yeah.
Sir Poof, hello.
Morning.
How's it going? Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
I'm gonna look up honey vibes. Oh. Some cool art. Very cool looking. Nice chat on Discord. Thanks, dude. Alex, that's what's up. I heard of pocket honey, honey bits, honey bunches of oats, but not honey bites. What about honey vibes?
Honey bunches of oats. Have we talked about honey bunches of oats on the stream?
It's possible.
Honey bunches of oats cereal bars. The like commercials. Honey bunches of oats.
Oh, we
commercials.
did talk
We
about
talked
that.
about
The lady.
those.
The
Love
lady
the-
from the honey bunches of
love
oats
the-
movie.
Honey bunches of oats. Commercial person. Okay, I have received a text from my mechanic. He said, thanks. So we're all good.
Speaking of messages, I got a random text from a random number, and it just says, "Are you free tomorrow?"
Yes! You should just text back, yes I am. You ever get...
Are you free tomorrow is the question.
I guess, okay, before we... Because I feel like this could... This is the just chatting, so let's jump into it before we... Before
Alright,
we really
let's do it.
jump into it. Jump into it before we dive into it. Does that make sense?
Yep, I agree.
We jump and then we dive.
It does make sense.
Okay.
That-
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right, yeah. Hey everyone! It's Wednesday.
What's up?
We're here and we're live. Live. IFI live. Live. I'm Shay, hello.
Live. And I am Bruce. What up, y'all?
Hope you can hear us. I just realized I went early a minute in advance and didn't ask if anyone can hear us. But if you can't hear us, please let me know and I'll adjust some settings. But we're here and we are just chatting on this fine Wednesday morning. But before we get to that, we're gonna just do a little housekeeping. We've got just a few things to chat about. IFI news related, like
Yeah, yeah. The Plus edition for Battlefield Waltz, which is
yes,
currently on pre-order
yes,
and will be available or will be out on April 8th.
mm-hmm.
It's just around the corner.
Yes,
We did an unboxing of this one,
mm-hmm.
and it comes with a hardcover art book and
Yes,
short stories, so you can check it out on the store page. We're pretty hype for this one,
mm-hmm.
so if you haven't checked out our unboxing or you haven't checked out what is in it, you can check it out on the links that I just put up in the Twitch and the YouTube chats.
Yes.
And pre-order it now.
Pre-order now. Battlefield
Speaking of
Waltz.
Plus editions, we also have a limited edition that
mm-hmm.
the details was just recently announced for Death End Request Code Z.
Yes.
I'll throw that in the chat as well. This one's got cool mouse pad that people have been bigging up in the chats I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this? Stweeg Pig.
Stweeg Pid. Stwig.
Thanks for the confirmation of the audio. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Stweeg Pid. Is it Stweeg Pid? Please. Correct. Death and Request Code Z. That LE coming at you at some point in the future.
Mm-hmm.
May have more news on that soon.
Will be live on April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
You can get ready to pre-order that in just a week. Is that next week?
Yes,
dang,
I actually for a second I forgot we announced that. I was like, wait. Yes, April 1st.
On the store page. So I'm
yes.
just reading it. So you can.
At that point, it's like way too far gone. Yeah. Yes, April 1st, 10 a.m. PST, PDT. What are we in now? PDT. Thank you. PDT.
You can wishlist it today and pre-order it next week. It comes with an official soundtrack, some art book and short stories,
mm-hmm.
a trading card,
mm-hmm.
nice little box, and of course the Sayaka mouse pad.
Mm-hmm. Sayaka Hiwatari.
Yep. You got a nice, some nice wrist support on that mouse pad.
Yes.
What else we got going on? We got a couple of recently announced titles, including Scarlet Salvation.
Ooh,
third-person shooter. Third-person shooter coming at you on May 29th. You can wishlist the standard edition today on the IFI online store. Get some links in there for y'all.
It's a sci-fi roguelite. It's got all the elements you may desire. Robots.
Some
time
AI.
loops. It's got it all.
But this one seems like people are hyped for it. I've been seeing a lot of the chatter on the socials and on the trailers and stuff. So check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can show more of that sometime soon. Speaking of new titles, we also have Calamity Angels Special Delivery, which is a new RPG. We're calling it a delivery RPG with art by BK Nanameda, known for the Mary Skelter and Death and Request artwork. So got some new character designs there from your boy. Last but not least, we also have Mado Monogatari Via and the Wondrous Academy, a dungeon crawler RPG that you might see some familiar characters from. This is the original title in which the Puyo Puyo series, which was spun off from. So you see some Puyos and Mado, that's because that's where they originally came from.
Yes.
And you can check that out too. We have an LE that you can wishlist at the moment. Details on that LE will be available at a later date. I think that wraps up the housekeeping here.
I think so, yeah. Okay. With that, we're just chatting. Hello everyone. If anyone has anything they wanna bring up, they want to present as a topic, please put it forth. Put forth the topic. I was gonna ask. We were talking about the text messages, random text messages. What's the like weirdest, just either wrong number or just something weird you got? You ever get any? Because once I got someone sent me it was like their number was kind of similar to mine, and he like sent me a message being like, "Oh, you're my like phone number neighbor or something."
That's
and
pretty
like
funny.
he like sent me a couple pictures, and I don't know.
Like of himself?
Yeah, like
Oh, wild.
I think he was hoping there would be some sort of like connection made from this thing. It
That's
didn't
pretty
quite
wild.
it didn't quite hit with me. I think the same way maybe this person was intending, but hey, I
What do you
appreciate
expect
the.
at that point?
I don't know.
Maybe some pictures in return.
I was looking to see if I still had the messages. It was very silly, but
If they have a similar number to you, that means area code also, right?
So I don't know if the area code was the same. It was just the rest of it was was similar. And it may have actually been the area code too.
Because then
I
maybe
don't know
they're
how else
like,
they would
oh,
find me.
we're probably in a similar area, so maybe
Uh-huh.
we can hang out or something. Yeah. But that's a
Yeah.
cold texting somebody. Cold
Uh-huh.
texting your phone number neighbor is kind of wild.
It was a little much for me, but hey, maybe it'll work on the next person.
I don't think I've gotten anything crazy beyond like the normal spam ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Mm.
I've gotten a lot of like scam kind of email or texts. Get those a lot, which are not great.
I've been getting the notorious ones right now, which are like the toll booth ones. Like, oh,
Oh yeah, I've been getting
you owe-
those.
you owe this much on a toll, please pay now, or something could happen.
Yeah, I've gotten those, which is wild because what tolls am I going on? I don't drive on the freeway.
That's funny. I just realized that there's no tolls. Tolls free. Thoughts on Nintendo having 2 directs? Is it 2?
Oh yeah, they just
There's
announced
one
another
tomorrow?
one. I think it's tomorrow, right? Oh yeah, you just said
Wow.
that now, Trace. Yeah, tomorrow. I think the one tomorrow they said is not Switch 2 related. It's just like other Switch 1, I guess. And then so I would assume it's like the rest of their lineup for until Switch
life
2 comes
cycle
out,
of
right?
Switch
I'm
2.
guessing. I have no
That
idea.
makes sense.
But yeah, it's exciting. I always enjoy a direct. It's fun to like wake up in the morning and watch those.
Is it probably like 10 a.m. kind of vibe?
I don't know the exact time, but yeah, probably. I'm guessing it's sometime in the morning. I know the Pokemon ones are like really early.
Well, that's exciting. I mean, of course, I want to see what's up with that Switch 2.
Uh-huh.
But I'm always hyped for what the regular Switch got too.
Yeah.
Also, for what the regular Switch has to offer. Also,
Yeah. What haven't we got from the Wii U? Has everything been ported over from the Wii U at this point? Are we missing anything?
with the Xenoblade Chronicles, that's probably it, right?
That might have been the last
Yeah,
big one.
I don't think there's any more exclusives on that.
Yeah.
From the sound of it. And the Wii U.
Nintendo Land and Game and Wario.
Oh, nice. Then imagine they just slide in with those. Nintendo Land and Game & Wario also coming to Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Be wild.
Donnie Potato asks. Sorry, Donnie Potato, your name is just. Any plans for Neptunia Game Maker Evolution for Steam? Nothing to announce this time, Donny Potato, but we'll take your note into consideration with desire to see that one day, and who knows. But nothing to announce this time.
Thanks for checking in.
No, Zelda HD. Oh, are we missing some Zeldas?
Like Wind Waker?
Yeah, was Wind Waker... Has that not come over to Switch yet?
No.
I'd buy Wind Waker again.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Gotta do it.
Wind Waker... I like Wind Waker a lot.
Yeah, I'm a big Wind Waker fan, for sure.
I quite like the cel-shaded art style. I remember when that was first announced, there was like hubbub about the art style, because there was that trailer before that, the like GameCube, was it with the GameCube announcement? They did like a trailer. I think it had different games, but at one point there was like a more like gritty looking Zelda that never became a thing. It was like not a game, I guess, right?
Yeah. I
And
think I
then-
vaguely remember that.
And then we ended up, when Wind Waker was announced, it's like, oh, this is very different than that. But I don't know, I like it. Me personally, I like it.
Same. I've always liked the cel-shaded graphics. I think, what would be the first thing I've seen like that? I would actually get anything that looked like that without really knowing what it was. So I think maybe Jet Set Radio or Jet Radio on the Dreamcast might be one of the first ones.
Necro...
that I saw like that.
Didn't the gritty one become Twilight Princess? Yeah, that I guess became Twilight Princess, right? Or they went that direction with Twilight Princess. Was that the one we got the Blades Will Bleed trailer? I remember that was like the hype was real with that one.
I don't
You remember that I think it might have been the announcement trailer. Link riding his horse, and yeah, at one point it's just like Blades Will Bleed. It was also very like big drift from where the previous one was with Wind Waker, right?
Yeah, totally.
What were you saying, Jet Set?
Jet Set Radio, that Dreamcast game that was cel-shaded. I think that might have been the first one I played that was like those graphics.
Yeah, I think for me, it might have actually been Wind Waker. That was my first like big. Well, I'm trying to think. There were some other GameCube games that had that look, I think.
There's an Xbox game that's like a launch title, Cell Damage.
Oh,
It's like a Twisted Metal style
Yeah.
game that was also
yeah.
cel-shaded.
Was there a?
Oh, do the Alex wish-listed Nepwriters on
Ooh,
Steam. Nice. Thanks for
nice.
that. Appreciate that.
Thanks to the
Just
Alex.
that page just went live this morning, by the
Yeah.
way. So if y'all are looking for the Tunia Writers versus Doggos on Steam, the Steam page is currently up, and you can wishlist it today. Thanks for the reminder, dude.
Hey,
Appreciate that.
do you remember what was that game on GameCube? Was it Custom Robo?
Oh, love that game.
What happened to that? Are they gonna? I want a new Custom Robo game. That's my dream game for
Yeah.
for
Switch 2?
Direct. I'll take it on Switch 1. I don't care. Just give me a new Custom Robo. I don't know if that had a cel shade style, but I don't know. That made me think of that.
No, it was, I think, regular 3D, and then like the dialogue screens are like animated. They're like 2D.
That's right.
They did a DS game that was like a sequel that I remember buying but don't remember playing. But that first Custom Robo was great.
Yeah. Custom Robo was like,
Ultrabox the Amazing. First time chat. What's up, Ultrabox the Amazing?
hey,
What kind of game was it? Are you asking about Custom Robo?
it was like a mech game. I think it had RPG elements, right? Or it was kind of an RPG.
Yeah.
You would build up
pretty
your
much.
mech, and then fight other mechs. I actually don't remember much about the gameplay, if I'm being honest. I just remember renting it and really loving it.
Yeah, it's like a arena style battler with you build your robot and then
Pictures.
it gave kind of like tournament vibes, right? Where you're like
yeah.
you're not really like what's at stake is kind of just being like the best robo fighter.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the world is ending or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
you're like just trying to get to the top, customizing your robot, battling your rivals and stuff like that. It was good.
Yeah. There was also, um, there was some cel-shaded boxing game I remember renting and slightly enjoying. On like GameCube or PS2. I have no idea what. I think it was like boxing or something.
So there was like a cel-shaded Punch Out on the Wii.
No, it definitely was not a Punch Out. Oh, but I see what you're talking about. Maybe it. What am I thinking of? There was some game that I remember renting. I rented a lot of games when I was a kid. Were you much of a rental person? Have we talked about game rental?
I miss renting for sure.
Yeah.
That's a nostalgia factor for me for sure.
Yeah. Were
To
you
Movie Land.
Where'd you go?
To the Movie Land. There's like a local mom and pop.
Oh, the movie land.
Yeah, Movie Land.
For me it was the Blockbuster Video, or occasionally when we didn't feel like going to Blockbuster, we'd go to the Hollywood Video. And
Those are the big chains.
yeah, I miss them both. Just going into the Blockbuster, not knowing what you're gonna get. Getting the big thing of popcorn.
Oh yeah, I just realized Blockbuster had, and Hollywood Video had that. They had like movie theater snacks and stuff.
Yeah. Maybe get a game, get a movie. It was fun.
Yeah, I think some of those places even let you rent consoles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they had
They have a
console.
Pretty wild. I remember when Netflix infiltrated that. It was just like movie deliveries, like DVD deliveries,
Yeah.
before it was a streaming service.
Yeah. You would just get a disc in the mail, watch it, and then mail it back. I used to rent games. This was back on like Nintendo 64 era. I would rent games that I already owned. I may have told this story before, but I would rent games. I've never been good at video games, never been great, but I would rent games that I owned in hopes of them being farther in the game, like having more of the game world unlocked, so I could just explore.
Trying to get that extra save data, huh?
Basically, yeah. I would just hope that they were farther than me, and I could just mess around in the game, you know.
That's pretty funny. I think as far as when I would rent games, it would normally have to be like at one of the big chains, because I think if I remember correctly, the mom and pop places that I would go to, it wasn't like a full like week rental. It was like 2 days or something.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like enough time to actually like play something, you know. So it's like I would have to kind of just be like, all right, let's just go get this one from the Hollywood Video or whatever, or the Blockbuster.
Yeah. In my head, I think it was like 5 days at my local places.
Yeah.
I think we had 5 days for rentals. Mr. Hipshot only saw more of Ocarina of Time because of rentals. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how it was for me. Because there was no way I was going to beat those games on my own. 0% chance. I had to... I only beat Majora's Mask because my friend got me to the last boss, and I beat the last boss. But I did not get to the last boss. My friend had to go, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and he just gave me the controller, and he was like, I gotta go. And then I remember I beat it, and like, he was just still like walking down the street, and I like ran down the street, and I was like, I beat it!
I think I've heard that story. That's a great memory.
Yeah.
That's a great memory.
I had that memory
Did you ever tease a boss? Like, where I guess this would be more recently. Like, I've actually done this recently where it's like I played a game for like a really long time
Uh-huh.
and then got to the last boss and I was like, I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna spend another 20 hours grinding to beat
Uh-huh.
this thing. So I'm just gonna watch the ending on YouTube.
Oh no, I can't do it. I can't do
No,
it. No, never done that.
can't do.
I will. I'm like I will bump difficulty down. I will use if sometimes there are some accessibility options that kind of will help me out. I'll use all that stuff if I need to. But yeah, usually I
Yeah,
won't like to. Um, usually I won't just be like, no, I'm done. Usually.
yeah. I played the original Persona a couple years ago,
Uh huh.
which is like notorious for its difficulty,
Yeah.
and I actually got to the very end,
Mm-hmm.
and the second phase of the last boss can one shot your entire party.
Ah.
And
Yeah.
the only way to like circumvent that without RNG
Yeah.
is if you grind out all of your party's
Uh-huh.
best weapons.
Yeah.
And that just adds like 30 plus hours to the game. And
Mm-hmm.
I've already had played it for like maybe 60 plus.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna keep doing this. Like
Uh-huh.
the game's so brutal because like the path to the final boss, like at certain level, the earliest save point to the final boss is like several floors below the boss floor.
Yeah.
And I think in between, in one of those floors, there's just like notoriously difficult random encounters that can knock out single party members.
Yeah.
So just getting to the boss is
Uh-huh.
already rough.
Yeah.
So it'd be like an hour, maybe I'm exact, maybe like 30, 40 minutes to get to the boss just to
Mhm.
get smoked in the second phase. And I probably did that. I probably played another 20 hours trying it,
Mhm.
you know? And then when I was like, okay, this is not working. So let me see what the deal is. And pretty much the consensus is you got to get these weapons,
Yeah.
and then you'll get the best spells that will like, they're like a debuff and buff spells
Uh-huh.
that will prevent you from getting one shot. And this boss changes weaknesses. So
Mhm.
if like I forget what it's like, oh, his weakness in this form is light spells,
Uh-huh.
but the boss also has a move that will alter that. You know, like okay, now dark spells only work on him, and
Yeah.
light spells heal him.
Uh-huh.
So like, if you actually hit a light spell and then they just randomly decide to switch their their spell weakness or whatever at that
Yeah.
point, you're gonna heal them instead of actually taking damage. It's a extremely difficult boss fight.
Yeah. That
And I was
sounds
like, okay.
rough.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna watch this ending and see how it goes. I enjoyed the game though.
Yeah.
And I can still say that's a great game. And
Mhm.
if I wasn't, you know, working every day and not trying to grind out some hectic classic RPGs, then
Yeah.
I probably would have went for it. But I was like, all right, I'm cool. Like I got what
That's
I need
fair.
to get out of this.
Yeah. That makes sense, I think. I wouldn't have the kind of patience for that, I think. I
I think I would, but like time just doesn't allow
Yeah.
for it now.
yeah. Yeah, I rent to unlock the game brawler. That's that's correct. Do the Alex. What made you want to work for Idea Factory?
Hmm.
So when I was at college, um, one of my classes, I was a game dev minor, computer science major, game dev minor, and then one of my classes, someone who used to work here at IFI, she went to the same school as me and had the same teacher. So she did like a little talk in one of my classes. So that's where I kind of discovered IFI and also learned about Otome for the first time. So then when I graduated, I was applying to places and I remembered, oh hey, I remember this person came to my class and IFI is a thing. I'll apply there. And it was actually the first place I applied to. I applied to a couple places and IFI was the first. And I applied as a tester, thinking that would be a fine first job out of college. And then, yeah, got hired. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
What about you, Bruce?
For me, well, I went to school for other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got some degrees in English, and then did some teaching for I think pretty much about 5 years before I decided that it wasn't really for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just was starting to look for work that was closer to my general interests, and I could use my experience and my degrees in tandem with. And I pretty much was just looking around anything that I thought was interesting to me that was in my local area.
Mm-hmm.
And Idea Factory was one of those spots, and was actually probably the only place really that got back to me. And was
Yeah.
like, hey, you think you might work out? So then I gave it a shot while I was still teaching. I did some testing, and shortly after got the opportunity to try some marketing stuff, and it ended up working out. So now I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm loving every minute of it.
And Neptunia, says Dilly Alex. And Neptunia, indeed. My first Neptunia game was V2. My mom, I think I told this story too. My mom got it at a GameStop for me when I got the job. She went there and she was all excited that I got the job. She was like, "You have any Idea Factory games?" And I got a pre-owned copy of Mega Dimension Neptunia V2. So that was my first Nep experience.
The first project I worked on was actually an Otome game.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of went the opposite direction. Instead of doing research on Neptunia games, I just started doing research on Otome games. So
Yeah.
I platinumed the 2 Hakuoki games on Vita, and then played Amnesia and some of the other Otome titles that were relevant at the time.
Yeah.
That I felt were necessary for me to know about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of went in an Otome wormhole as
Yeah.
I was first working for IFI, and that was actually my first experience with Otome, really, and grew to actually see why the genre is so appealing.
Mm-hmm.
I think from an outsider perspective, it might just seem like dating simulations and stuff like that, but a lot of these have rich story
Mm-hmm.
that where the kind of the dating sim part is kind of more it is the driving factor, but I feel at least when I'm playing them, it kind of takes more of a backseat. I'm more interested in seeing character development and how these different paths are tied together. So I didn't really play my first Neptunia game until after I played a bunch of Otome games, and I played Rebirth 1 mainly.
Yeah.
Put some time into Rebirth 1.
Yeah.
But I had played Mary Skelter prior to that. So that was my first Idea Factory experience, playing some Mary Skelter.
Nice. Yeah, I think I also, my first testing project was Hakuoki Edo Blossom, so I also played a lot of Otome at the start. But yeah, my very first game I played in Neptunia was V2. How's it going, everybody?
What's up, y'all?
What else is on your minds? Just a heads up.
In a nutshell.
We will probably have to end maybe 5 minutes early today. We have a meeting directly after this, so heads up on that. Ultrabox the Amazing, the first was Rebirth 1, nice. A fine first Neptunia.
I think Rebirth 1 obviously is a good entry point, but
Yeah.
I think I was immediately able to see appeal of the series and stuff. You know, I think
Yeah.
being a game history dork myself, the constant references to stuff, it was very easy to see. Oh, this is for people that know this kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
That's always a welcoming kind of feeling for sure.
Razzie P, hello. How's it going? Happy Wednesday.
What's up, Razzie P?
Thanks for joining us. Ultraboxy Amazing, Son NPC called Broccoli, recognized from the show Digi Correct. No.
Yep.
So I got really hyped immediately. Mr.
Broccoli.
Hipshot. Any plans for more NEP on Xbox? I take it in any form. Nothing to announce this time, Mr. Hipshot, but we do appreciate the Xbox support. We'll keep that in mind. Kazumi Yoda. Hello, hello.
What's up, Kazumi Yoda? One room. What's up these days? Not much, man. Just working and chilling.
Hanging
How
out.
about yourself? What's going on?
Any new
hints of NEP coming? I think the latest announcement we had was Neptunia Riders vs. Dogs on Steam.
Yeah.
The Steam page actually just went live today, so if you're somebody that's waiting for that one, you can definitely go wishlist it now. But other than that, nothing to announce at the moment. We were just talking about some OG Idea Factory International games, but earlier in the stream we mentioned some exciting new IPs coming, so there's stuff happening.
Yeah.
You know, lots of stuff happening. That's third-person shooters coming, dungeon crawlers coming, so a lot of stuff to watch out for. How about some Death and Request fans? We got Death and Request fans. That's a series that when I started working here, I was excited to sink my teeth in. And I think I've only really had chances to play them on the archive streams here. It's a little tough to make time to dive into some of these text-heavy games outside of work. But I like that series. It's and I'm excited for Code Z. Code Z seems to be up my alley.
Yeah. Death and Request is real good. Hope y'all enjoy Death and Request Code Z.
Game Maker and SVS digital Xbox versions have cross-buy/cross-save with Xbox PC app. So not Steam, but it on PC. Yeah, exactly. If you want to play Game Maker on PC, you can through it. I believe it's the Microsoft Store.
I think
not mistaken.
so, or Xbox Store or something.
Yeah, hopefully there's more news about that title later, but nothing at the moment. You started that a little while ago, not up to date, but I like what I've seen so far. Yeah. I think another game that I dove into early on when I started working at IFI was Data Live Rio Reincarnation.
Oh, yeah.
I think I platinumed that one too, just going through all the endings and stuff like that. So I'm a heavy researcher, so like if I'm working here, I gotta know these things.
Yeah.
You know, so. But I remember talking to some folks that had done either testing or worked on Data Live Rio. They're like, "Be ready for that one." And I was like, "Oh, I'm ready." And I enjoyed it. Your volume is kind of low. Could you repeat, but in a bit louder with enunciation? What Steam page just went live? Sure. Neptunia Riders vs. Dogus is currently available to be wishlisted on Steam. Basically, I can't hear you guys well. Sorry about that.
I could bump us up a little bit. Let me
turn it up.
Turn this up here. Turn this up a little bit. Okay. We should be a little louder.
Hopefully. Yeah, and just in case you missed it again, Neptunia Riders versus Dogus is now available to be wishlisted on Steam. So that's
Yes.
the current Steam page that is live.
The game Neptunia Riders versus Dogus. You can
Neptunia Riders versus Dogus.
collect some Dogus and shoot them at people and ride around and Dogu it up. Have we used Dogu it up? Yes.
That is correct.
Riders versus Dogus.
Dogus.
Riders
Cheap
versus
city.
Dogus. Rotors versus Dogus. Awesome.
So what's up?
Good to hear that. Thank you,
Appreciate that,
One Room.
Shout out One Room.
What's the little thing you got? One Room by your name. I see the little Twitch
yeah,
icon. Then what's the
VX.
other one?
Super Ultra Combo 2023. I don't know what that is. I'm
that
a
a-
fan of Ultra Combo.
Yeah, is that like a fighting thing?
Sounds like Killer Instinct had Ultra Combos, but I think a lot of stuff has Ultra Combos.
I remember Killer Instinct was my first game on Super Nintendo.
Oh, really? Did you get like that bundle that
yeah.
came with it?
Yeah, they had two bundles, one with Donkey Kong Country and one with Killer Instinct. And my mom said you'd probably like the Killer Instinct one.
That's
I
funny.
have no idea why. I would have also enjoyed Donkey Kong Country, to be fair, but yeah, I ended up with the Killer Instinct one, and I enjoyed that game. That was a fun fighting game.
It's great, man. Killer Instinct, the original, is insane. Love that game. But I also love Country.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah. Combo Breaker. Who all? It's been I haven't played the more recent Killer Instinct. I'm trying to remember who was in that game. There was was there someone named Cinder?
Cinder, Fulgor, Glacius.
Fulgor. I just remember the voice of the guy when you would select them.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Was there
Orchid is another character.
A wolf? Like a wolf?
Oh yeah, Saber Wolf.
Saber wolf? Okay.
Saber Wolf. It's a great cast in that game.
Yeah. Saber.
Forgetting of the. There was some cool new characters in that last one too that were like.
Yeah.
They tried to spice it up a little bit.
Well, what?
It's like a Hisako character.
Will Rob be on his stream again? I don't know. Maybe. I think the last time he made an appearance, he made a little cameo in our Spooky Story 9 RIP stream. But you never know.
Yeah. Was that the last time?
I think it was.
Yeah, he's also been a judge in like our baking streams.
Yeah.
Which I think there was one during the holidays, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, our other staff members join us on stream every now and then. We've also had localization team members come on and talk about the games they've helped localize.
Yeah.
We've had Anna and Alex hop on and talk about some games. And we've also had design team hop on and talk about some of their work in the company. So we're a pretty tight-knit group, so when they get the chance, they pop in and say what's up. And,
yeah, it's always fun when we can bring someone else on. We might have a guest soon.
Oh, yeah.
Next few weeks, maybe. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
Next month, I guess we might have a special guest. We'll see. TBD. Yeah. Hang out for a few more minutes, and then we might have to head out here. Get ready for our meeting. Hope my car's okay.
What else we got going on? Anything for the weekend? Anything planned on the weekend?
This weekend, I am seeing Princess Mononoke in IMAX.
Nice. I should look into checking that out as well.
Yes, I'm real excited. I haven't actually seen it before, so I
I think
think.
it's the first Ghibli movie I ever saw.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Razzie P, this question is older than walking. Is there any hope for the Rebirth trilogy on PS4? Nothing to announce this time, Razzie P, but who knows? That'd be cool. We'll
That'd be
definitely note your interest. But nothing to announce at this time. When we know it, you'll know it.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. Thanks for checking though, Razzie P. Appreciate all the inquiries you guys bringing forward.
But yeah, Princess Mononoke, gonna see that. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know what else.
That'd be
What about
sick
you?
in IMAX. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a 4K restoration, I think.
I like a 4K restoration.
Yeah.
I saw 7 4K
Ooh.
restoration in IMAX. That was cool. I liked it.
I've
held up.
I've never seen 7.
Good.
I should watch that sometime.
And you haven't seen Princess Mononoke? That's wild.
No, I'm like way behind on Ghibli stuff. I've seen what have I seen? I've seen Totoro, of course. I've seen The Wind Rises.
That's what I need to do.
I've seen Nausicaa, which I guess technically Nausicaa is like right before they became Ghibli, but it's kind of the same crew, I think, right? I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
Miyazaki. With that, have you seen Nausicaa?
I've seen Nausicaa. I've seen Mononoke. I've seen Porco Rosso.
I want to watch that one so bad.
That one's good. I've seen Grave of the Fireflies. The sad one. That one's really good too. Seen Spirited Away.
I haven't seen it.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Wind Rises, which is like one that I want to check out, and I didn't see the latest one.
Oh, I saw that one. I'm blanking on
Boy
what
and
it's
the
called.
Heron?
The Boy and the Heron. Yeah. It has like a very different name in Japan, right? Isn't it like?
I don't remember. One Marine asked, "Have you seen Perfect Blue?" I've actually seen it quite a few times. I love Satoshi Kon's work. Seen Paranoia Agent a couple times. Millennium Actress, Paprika.
The name in Japanese for The Boy and the Heron, if you translate, is "How do you live?"
Whoa.
Yeah. Which to me is a very different vibe than The Boy and the Heron. But it makes sense after seeing the movie. I get it. I get what they mean. It's good. I enjoyed it. I liked I saw the dub. I liked Robert Pattinson as the heron.
They do great on the dubs, man. I gotta say.
Yeah.
The dubs normally is what I go for on those. I guess just because that was what was widely available when I watched them. Yeah, I think Princess Mononoke was a rental for me.
Yeah. Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, I saw Perfect Blue maybe a couple years ago at the cinema. The local cinema. We watched it recently on VHS. Love that one.
I should watch Perfect Blue. I think I would like it.
Yeah, definitely. Seems up your alley.
Razzie P. Yes, we have a stream Discord server.
I think I could pull that.
We can get a link for you.
Should be able to pull that.
I can't believe that it's April in a few days.
Yeah, wild, huh?
Very, very wild. I don't like it.
The year is already a quarter through, pretty
Oh,
much.
I don't like it at all. Not good. It's too fast.
Yep. And then April's gonna be busy,
Uh-huh.
so that'll blow by quickly too.
And we're halfway done almost.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild,
Taxes
wild.
coming up.
You say taxes?
Taxes coming up. Yeah, April's tax month, right?
I think so, yeah. I'm like, I do them on like the first day.
Oh yeah.
I'm that kind of person. I'm just like, all right, as soon as I get those forms, it's done. It's like I'm doing this on a lunch break and
That's a good call.
getting through
You
this.
do it yourself?
Yeah.
What do you use?
I just do like a TurboTax kind of situation.
Ah, gotcha.
Which is like, my tax situation is like kind of simple. It's pretty straightforward. So it's like, upload this thing. It already has my information from the previous years. Just update a couple things here and there, and yeah, I usually can do it on a lunch break and have time to spare. Yeah.
Man, I need to get on that level.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute process maybe for me.
What's up? I need to get TurboTax.
It's not too bad. Though if you have a more complicated tax situation, maybe taking it to a person is good. But
yeah, that's usually the vibe on my end.
Yeah.
Here's these forms.
yeah, just do it. And then you get the peace of mind that like this person's a professional. They know what they're doing.
Right. Which usually is the case, right? But sometimes you get some documents back and I'm like, man, this looks like. I wonder if I could have circumvented this.
Uh-huh.
At least International Chocolate Egg Day will be soon.
Ooh.
Oh, is that like Easter?
I like some Easter candy. I like a chocolate rabbit.
Fun making the kids run around
Uh-huh.
and open stuff.
I would do that still. Just go around, do an Easter egg hunt. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun seeing them do it. Really cool.
All right. I think we should probably wrap it up here. We've got a meeting in 5 minutes, so we will be back next week at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, PDT, and we'll be doing something. We'll be playing a video game.
I'll be updating the stream schedule on the Twitch description. Hopefully by the end of today, so you'll be able to see what's going on over the next couple weeks in April.
Sounds good.
And we'll keep it moving.
Yeah. Thanks, Brawler. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, brother. Thanks everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody. One Room, everybody. Kazumi Yoda,
Sarah Poof.
Ultra Box, the
Do
Amazing,
the Alex.
Sarah Poof, Necroagus.
Alrighty, everyone.